whooping on display. 28-7 Yetis, I believe, and you'll be able to see the actual score on the scoreboard here. It has not been particularly close. Alex, can we get the score? 28-7, time, 8 minutes. Not particularly close so far. We are 8 minutes. We're good. Here we go. Knights looking to, they put up a touchdown last drive. They really need to get something going because they have not looked good so far. And the Yetis have
takeoff.
Home at will. Updated. There really has not been any defense being played for the Knights. Yetis fans, very excited to see that quarterback Antonio Hatter has proven the haters wrong, I think. Going into the season, there's a lot of question marks around him. Maybe, but at quarterback, he has looked lights out. But there we go. You have Tanner getting close to the first down. Not quite sure if they've gotten it quite yet. I feel like Grant's going to be, if the Knights going to have any chance, Grant is going to be the ticket. They're going to need him to, activate here. But Steigers has done a great job so far as Spencer gets the first down, and they move into Yetis territory. Tanner taking the snap, looking, fires to Grant. And shout out to our visiting fans here. We have Zach Nels, former Cougs legend, and Brandon Turner, former Steelers legend. What? What do you mean? Why? I don't think. We are in Cincinnati, Ohio right now. And that is a Knights touchdown. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Don't know who got it, but you guys all saw. Here we go. Probably Grant. Fires. That is no good. But that's a big touchdown. Knights really needed that, and that makes it a 2-score game. Once again, they desperately needed that, and the Yetis, they're going to need to put a stop to this. I think that obviously they can't win. They're down by 2 scores. They need to get a stop eventually. Antonio Hatter looking, fires. Seth makes the grab. Spencer putting a little, putting a little extra on that tackle there. And I can respect it. They need something.
They need to play hard here. Oh, play hard.
Antonio looking, finds Gavin wide open. And
I tell you what, Connor, it's just been too easy.
This is like reminiscent of AJ Gillespie Cougs last year. Everyone's just open.
Yeah. Carried by weapons.
Antonio, nonchalant looking.
Nonchalant dreadhead.
Easy.
I don't think Antonio's throwing incompletion yet.
Easy stuff.
He threw one.
I
will say this, Connor. What you just said is bullshit, man. Looks like AJ Gillespie last year with the Cougs. Everybody's wide open.
Antonio looking. Fires to Seth. Great catch. And that's I don't think he was down. He had one hand on him. Howard's going to call it a tackle. We trust the referees here. But great catch by Seth. Antonio looking. Fires. What a throw. What a touchdown. Gavin continuing his dominance into this week. He's going to be a problem for this league. I think he is an early front runner for MVP. Very early front runner. And it's too early to speak. But him, I mean, there's just no stopping him. No one has even came close to stopping him. He has been dominant. Antonio looking. Incomplete. That's like the first bad throw I think he's had all day. Did they not score a touchdown? Okay, I was about to say. Here we go. Tanner looking. Fires to Spencer. Spencer going down the field. And if Spencer can start going, maybe the Knights have a shot. So far, it's just been the Nick show. Grant makes the grab. Good block by Nick. And that is an example. That is an example of why Grant is arguably the best wide receiver in the league. He's in that elite tier. Hard to bring down.
Hey, dude, is this all the merch?
And Antonio looking at Grant coming at him, it was like a deer in headlights. There's just no shot. Here we go. Tanner looking to convert on the 1 point. He's looking. That's 5 seconds, but doesn't matter either way. Incomplete. 2-minute warning here as the Yetis are winning over the Knights. Knights have came back. It was looking a little rough at the beginning, but they have put some pedal to the metal. They just need to get a stop.
I kind of felt bad. Real football, I have
Landing.
spinning around. Those in the back. Oh shit. There. I can beat Vince on every single route. Obviously, I'm.
Here we go. And I'll just have to comment. I'll have to comment on this look. Seth Walker with the yellow sunglasses in. You know, there is not a lick of sun out here today. I can respect the look.
Hey, it's cloudy. It's bright.
It is certainly a look, but it's working for the Yetis so far, and I would say keep them on.
Well, I mean, it is my first game back. I've not really been working out strong. Although I did find a video the next morning running home.
Here we go. Antonio snaps the ball. Yetis looking so good, looking extremely good so far. Matt Leslie didn't really have any options there. I can't blame him.
Takeoff.
Kind of putting it in a spot where the receiver can't really get it, but
Home
neither
point
could
updated.
the cornerback. So that's just good. That's just good QB play. Yetis snapping the ball. Antonio looking. And just a little overthrown. Marcus Flannery on the sideline talking crap to Antonio. That's bold, especially considering the Yetis have put up about 2 times as many points as the Charlottes did last week against the Knights. So I don't know. I don't really see the benefit of doing that, but shout out to head referee Bingham on the sideline. Antonio looking. He's got Steigers wide, butt naked open, and that could be a touchdown. Now there's a touchdown, 50 yards to the end zone. AJ Gillespie is bemused on the sideline with that defense. He is not happy. He's concerned that Antonio is going to break another record today. He's unstoppable. And if the Knights stop scoring here, it could be ugly. Incomplete.
Battery level is low.
And Knights
Aircraft
really
will
need to get up
return
the
to the
score
home
here,
point in
or else
10 seconds.
it could get really ugly. Spencer with a good catch. Tried to make a move, but could not get around Seth Walker. Grant snapping the ball here. Tanner looking. Fires to Grant. Clock keeps going. Here we go. Tanner looking down the field. Fires to Grant. Great catch, one-handed. And you were hoping that Steyer's would get to that, because if not, Antonio's not getting there. And Tanner taking the snap here, looking. Fires to Mitch Adams, cannot haul it in. Yeah, you could have maybe thrown it to Nick there. Nick has shown that he's got, he has pretty solid hands. I think he could have made that grab in the corner of the end zone. And we got Tanner looking. Vince playing really off of Mitch. And that's just that's just unguardable, honestly. Grant celebrating, and Steiger's not very happy with it. But you can't really blame Steigers. He's just unguardable. And Knights really needed that. Did they give enough? Did the Yetis have enough time to go down the field again, though?
Critically low battery warning.
And Steigers with a pick, but not going to count the stats. Alex, what's the time? 20 seconds. 41 seconds. Okay. Yeah, close enough. 41 seconds on the clock. That's more than enough for the Yetis to score, and that is not good. It's good that the Knights scored, but gave them a lot of time to move down the field. And not really enough time for them to get. And Sunderman, I mean, what do you do?
Critically low battery
Unguardable,
warning.
unbelievable.
Critically
You run
low
out of
battery
superlatives
warning.
to say with him. He is looking great. And as much as I love Dave, man, I thought last year he was one of the best tight ends, the best tight end in the league, I would say. But at this point, and Seth, oh my goodness, making the grab. And that's a touchdown. Wow. Unbelievable. Seth has stepped up. Third round pick. Many doubted him. He's looked great so far this game. It's just kind of, what do you do at this Yetis team? Many doubted him coming in the season, but they have just put on a show-stopping performance. That's probably the worst throw of Antonio's day. If that's the worst throw you're getting on a one-point conversion, either his back's hurting or he's taking a bow. Either one makes sense. Not a single lick of defense being played by the Knights here. And they're going to they really need to score here. Good catch from Spencer. He's looked good so far today. I'll give it to him. Second to last pick in the draft. He's looked pretty solid. But it's not good enough for the Knights. They need somebody to step up very big here. And you had to guess it's going to be that man right there, Grant Gillespie. First down. The Yetis can get a stop here. It is looking really good for him. And here we go. Knights looking. Fires. Mitch makes the grab. right at the line. I don't think he got in. He's going to be short. Last play of the game here, or last play of the half here. Going to be hard to. I think you'd probably look for Nick at this point, but Spencer has shown it to be able to get open. You can always throw the fade to Grant as well. Great defense by Sunderman, and that's going to end the half. Great half for the Yetis. Not a great half for the Knights. We'll see you after the break.
I went to my Venmo and all that. I didn't take it because she said she didn't want to fuck with the grandma. No, I just have them on me. Going to take it last night. No, I don't need it, but if I'm drinking, I'll take one. Dude, that's fucking crazy. I don't need. I don't know. I don't need it at all, but if I'm drinking, I take it as like a comic drone good. Just so fucking, you know.
Take off.
Yeah.
Max altitude reached.
Just when I drink like 12 beers
Let's go, Fultz.
or more. He said I went all the way up to Beaver Creek. And then she's like, no, my grandma's gone.
Here we go. Second half underway. Knights looking to put behind this. Like, you know, if I'm the Knights right now, it's 0-0. I'm playing like that. I'm just trying to make this respectable. Tanner looking.
Home point updated.
Looking. Nothing really, but fires to Mitch. Great catch. And a lot of shenanigans going on the ground over there. Nice of you to join us, Luke. Tanner looking, fires. Antonio lurking behind. I mean, you just heard the footsteps, and he was spooked. He heard the footsteps.
Oh yeah, there's a market.
Here we go. Marcus. I think Marcus is on stats. Tommy, I think Marcus is on stats. Marcus, we need you. Hand your stats to somebody else. Hand your stats to somebody else. We need you over here. Here we go. Knights looking. Need something here. I think it is fourth down. Incomplete.
Nice hands, Pete. What happened? Yeah.
I don't know. Tommy needs you.
What do you want, folks? What do you want? What do you want?
Trying to sabotage the Cougs.
What do you want? I'm even playing.
Touchdown, Grant. Wow, great catch. Unsurprising. If anyone's going to do it on the Knights, it is going to be Grant. And as I said, Knights need to play it 0-0. They're winning right now, in my mind. There's a battle of 2 games. And I think Tanner may have forgotten that Vince is on the Yetis now instead of the Knights. Yeah, they scored. Here we go. Antonio looking, fires, Vince. He's probably the most shifty on the Yetis here. Although Steigers is pretty shifty himself. Here we go. Antonio looking down the field. Miscommunication there.
What a game we have what a treat we have, Connor.
Yeah. What are your thoughts so far? We have wide receiver 1 for the Wolverines and Andrew Henriquez. Let's hear his thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I think just like the rest of us, a little surprised by the Knights showing on defense today. They're looking lost out there. I don't know what's going on matchup-wise for them, what they thought was going to happen, but clearly, they didn't watch enough film on the Yetis. And, I guess the Yetis offense coming into this week somehow underrated after putting up 70 points and winning. I think a lot of people credited their success to the Cougs defense. And maybe some of that criticism was warranted, but it looks like the Knights defense may just be performing worse. So either the Yetis are much better than we expected, the Cougs are much worse, or the Cougs are much better, or the Knights are much worse.
Yeah.
One of those 3 things is true.
I think that's fair. As Steiger scores another touchdown for the Yetis, I don't think there has been a single stop by the Knights defense.
Yeah, the Knights haven't gotten one. The Cougs did get 1 single stop. So if all the Knights have to do is get 2. Oh, and
That's another catch. That's a conversion right there. And many are saying that this is going to be, I think in this situation the Cougs are the Yetis and the Wolverines are the Knights. I think is what we're seeing.
That is
and coming up soon.
I guess that seems to be the consensus. I mean, I don't know. I got a lot of respect for the Cougs and their offense. Their defense, obviously speaks for itself. But when you got Holtz throwing to Mark, not a lot you can do about that a lot of times.
That's fair.
So we'll see. I think it'll be a really entertaining game. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Yeah.
I think this has not been much of a contest so far. Nick with a couple of good catches. Grant, Grant being Grant.
A lot of space being given by the Yetis. Yeah.
Ooh, and that could have been picked off. That would have been, if it wasn't already game over, that would have been a game over. I think he just threw it up to Grant.
Keeping in mind that we need the clock is not on our side. I'm going to be taking a lot of what the Yetis are giving me. I mean,
yeah.
Antonio's playing.
Not a whole lot of urgency.
30 yards down the field.
Yeah.
I mean,
Antonio's lurking back there. He's a ball hawk. I think Vince is playing about at the 25-yard line.
I mean, look at Sunderman's giving Nick 15 yards of space. If I'm these receivers.
Oh, Antonio.
And he's
good catch by Mitch, and that's a touchdown, 50 yards. He throws it at Antonio. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but
wow, that's about a 49-yard throw through the air.
Beautiful.
That's crazy.
Beautiful throw by Tanner.
Yeah,
and
people questioning Tanner's QB play after last week, but the arm on that guy is undeniable.
And as I said at halftime, this is a battle of 2 games, or 2 halves. I think for the Knights, each half is a game. You're winning right now.
Mm-hmm. True. This is very true.
I think that's the way you got to look at it, because you haven't gotten a single stop so far. You got to at least play for something.
Yetis are looking very lax on defense, so Knights probably looking to take advantage of that at some point here.
Here we go. Yetis once again on offense, and we'll see if the Knights can stop them at all. There really has not been any inclination, to, on my end, to think that the Yetis will stop. Here we go. Antonio looking. Fires. Great throw. Great catch. Wow. That was an interesting, not really paying attention. And Steigers. Mitch slips and falls. And, it's a little bit of dew on the ground here today. Not quite the 800-degree scorcher it was last time. Great throw, great catch. Kind of out of, superlatives here. Here we go. Antonio looking. Fires touchdown. Just need to get like a soundboard. It's almost too much work to say Antonio touchdown. At this rate, I just need to get like a soundboard and just tap the button. Set up to say that like every minute or so, because that's the way it's looking. He's nonchalant out there. And Vince didn't even move. Wow. Yeah, I've got nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
I know, Mark. You can also land it if you're comfortable. Yeah. On top of AJ's car. Yeah, on top of this car here. Okay. If you press the button on the left of the controller, top left it says FA. Yeah. It'll pan the camera all the way down and show you where you're landing. Here you go, Dan. Really? Fly it over here. You want to come put eyes on it? I'm just gonna fly over the gravel. Oh, that works good. Yeah, I can get it.
And remember, if you're tuning in today, right after this, we got Cougs Wolverines. AJ Gillespie against his former team. The new look Cougs looking to get their first win of the season. Wolverines looking to continue undefeated. Right after that, we got Straw Hats versus the Barons. 2 0-1 teams. We're gonna have a team with a win after that game.
Takeoff.
That's the opposite of what we're doing.
Home point updated.
And here we go. Knights need to get something here. I think the game's probably already over. That's a contest. It's just kind of. Yeah. I think we're just looking to see how much the Yetis put up, and the Knights are just looking to make it respectable. I think. I mean, considering we haven't seen a stop so far by the Knights. Yeah, the offenses look pretty good, and I think the Yetis' defense is just not amazing. I think Vince has been parked at the 25-yard line the entire game. That's a rare sight there. A drop from Grant. Don't see that too often, but things have just not gone the Knights' way today. And Tanner takes a snap, looking down the field. He's going to fire. Oof, just a little short. And shout out to Grill Master today. It's Clanky once again on the grill, cooking up some good burgers. He's going to hand deliver one to Marcus Flannery. You were a drone pilot today, right after Tommy. Not before the game. Wow, great defense by Sunderman. And what can this guy not do? And he does it all. Defense, I guess well, maybe not as great defense as his offense, of course, but he has played. I think he is the MVP candidate right now. Him and Antonio. But we'll see what AJ can do. And AJ is always a perennial candidate. He won it last year, and that's a pick. And I think that's you put a fork in it. It's over. At this point, it's just a Yetis. See how many you can score. Stat padding competition. There's just nothing really for me to say. The Yetis have just put it all on the field. I think there's gonna be plays here where you see Vince does not move, but not that one. Makes the grab. Maybe after this one. And we apologize for that behavior for Antonio. It's a disgusting act and shouldn't be something that is reflected on this field. Yeah. I think. Wow. Yeah, I'm left. Looking for words. What is going on here? Coming into this season, Yetis got demolished in preseason, but they have came out. Almost picked up, it doesn't matter. And that's a timeout. Luke! Can you get Luke? What's the score? 66-40 is your score, and I think that's probably what's reflected over there. If Marcus is doing his job. And one more score to break the record.
Landing.
I'd say there's certainly some promising things for the Knights. They showed they could play some good defense last week, but this week there's no defense being played. Okay, thank you. Oh, I heard somebody say 66-40. So, thank you. How's the burger, Marcus? What's the time? Okay. Fair. Yeah. I'm struggling for words
Take
here.
off.
I'm going to pass it over to Brandon.
Home
He'll give you a
point
quick,
updated.
few words.
Thank you, Connor. Now, those weren't my 2 words. I'm going to give you about 38 and a half words because let me just tell you something. As a man who's been kicked out of this league due to performance issues and or off the field issues, these guys are out here putting their heart on the field, and it's still not enough. This defense, I'm not seeing it. I didn't know there was a defense. I thought we were just playing offense only today or something. We're running up a new scoring record, and it's not even the same valor of that gap that they had Feelers, Straw Hats year 2, But back to Connor.
And those were words from former champion Brandon Turner. And Nick with a drop. Spencer wanted that ball. He looked like he was open. Yeah.
These guys are playing so bad, you almost think they want to get bent over and get paddled or something.
You actually want a burger too?
Here we go. Tanner looking. He's going to fire to Mitch. Good block by Spencer. Great tackle. That's a great. That is such a great tackle by Seth.
He went to tackle and he grabbed his pants and roughing the butt, flag on the play.
Here we go. Tanner drops back, looking. Fires to Grant. That's good defense. Antonio coming for it. Wow. First down for the Knights.
Yeah, next week we JJ yeah, he's still doing. That'd be something.
And great defense by the Yetis. They're going to force a sack there.
I was right. I don't know why the Pike was there last year either.
Here we go. Tanner looking. He's going to fire to Nick. Good defense by Gavin. Here we go. Good catch by Nick, out of bounds.
Why does it have to be me?
Good catch, good touchdown. Grant Gillespie with another one. And Knights are looking to go for 2 here, just to make it, I guess, the score look a little bit better. Certainly ain't to win. Tanner looking. Touchdown, or 2-point, not good. Good catch by Grant, but not able to get in the end zone. You know, and I've been the receiving hand of a butt whooping before, in the RFL, and it just doesn't feel good. I have no idea. AJ, how much time's left? Time. Good catch by Vince. 3:55 on the clock here. And at this point, it's just a Yeti stat pad session. That's a dead ball. First mistake, I think, of the Yetis game so far. I really think. Antonio looking. Good catch. Vince was wide open. Here we go. Antonio looking. He's going to fire to Sunderman.
Battery level is low.
Almost. He pretty much found that
will
window.
return
I
to
think
the
Tanner's
home
just got
point
enough
in
in there.
10 seconds.
Here we go. Antonio looking. Fires to Vince. Cannot haul it in. Could we see the first Knights stop of the game? It's third down.
Landing.
Probably the closest we've gotten to a stop. Antonio fires the Vince. This is basically a first down or a 1-point conversion here. And that's what we've seen. They've gotten pretty much all of them. Here we go. Antonio looking. That's the first stop of the game. Wow.
First stop of the game.
Wow. And the Knights finally did it. 2-minute warning here. It's beautiful, man. Athletic specimen. I don't need to stretch, man. I'm already stretched.
He comes pre-stretched.
Here we go. Nick looking to make the Knights looking to make the score a little bit more respectable than it is. Grant makes a grab. And the Yetis are going to let him score. I think they just want to put up more points.
I'll be there before it actually opens because how close my dad is with
Can you consider this match fixing? I think you could. What a catch, I think. Yep. You're joining the dark side, man. It's tough. Yeah. Oh, Steigers cannot haul it in. I think the Yetis are more focused on, I think they'd be happier with a solid stat pad session than a win. Here we
I'm
go.
gonna be honest, my family's kind of retarded. They have like a bunch
It runs in the family.
group chats, and they say happy birthday to one of my cousins, and they're not even in the group chat.
Okay. Well,
After saying happy birthday yesterday as well.
they just wanted to make it known.
They were reminding the other people.
No, they were all saying, "Happy birthday, Stephanie."
Here we go. Yetis, Antonio. That is a difficult throw. It's like good block. Nick is trying his best to do everything he can. Touchdown, Yetis. I have no idea. Probably Mitch.
You gotta be careful with the play if it's alive. Huh? You gotta be careful when you play if it's alive.
That's a disgusting act by Vince Whitaker. You don't like to see that on the field. That's game over. Game over. Yetis win. That's it. That's all she wrote. Stay tuned for Cougs Wolverines. I think they got 72 exactly on the dot. I think the problem with last week, and I think the reason why I scored so much is every single time it was just like a 2-play score.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, let me get a